We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
So today we will continue our examples on properties of steam. This may be the last video for examples regarding properties of steam. Okay. So a steam at a pressure 10 bar and dryness fraction 0.98 receives 150 kilojoule per kg at the same pressure. So what is the final state of steam? Take CPS is equal to 2.1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So we are given here a steam at this condition, and we are adding this much amount of heat in that steam. Okay, so we are required to find the final state of steam. So first mention the given data. Pressure is given as 10 bar, so 10 into 10 raised to 2 kilonewton per meter square. Dryness fraction is 0.98, and we are adding 150 kilojoule per kg of heat in this steam. CPS is given as 2.1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Okay. So procedure is first locate the point on TH plot, so it will be easy to find the enthalpy and other data. So for 10 bar pressure, as we are given dryness fraction as x is 0.98, we can identify the point between point B and C, means in wet region. Okay. So point 1 and enthalpy of point 1 is H1. So now second step is list all the properties from steam table corresponding to 10 bar pressure. HF, enthalpy of fluid, means enthalpy up to point B, is 762.6 kilojoule per kg. Saturation temperature is 179.9 degrees Celsius. HFG means enthalpy of evaporation. Enthalpy from point B to point C is 2013.6 kilojoule per kg. Hg, enthalpy of dry saturated steam, means at point C up to point C, is 2776.2 kilojoule per kg. Vf, specific volume of saturated liquid, means whatever the liquid will be here at point B, saturated liquid, specific volume of fluid. And specific volume of gas means specific volume of dry saturated steam at point C. It will be denoted by Vg is equal to 0.194 meter cube per kg. You can find all this data from steam table. So now, as we know, here steam is wet, therefore enthalpy of wet steam is given as H1 is equal to HF plus XHFG. Just insert the data, so we can find H1 is equal to 2735.92 kilojoule per kg. Now we are adding 150 kilojoule per kg of heat in this steam. Whatever steam we are having at point 1, we are adding 150 kilojoule per kg of heat in that system. Okay, so our new enthalpy will be H2 is equal to H1 plus 150, which comes out to be 2885.92 kilojoule per kg. Now we cannot identify from this value whether our steam is more dry or dry saturated or superheated. So let's take the help of steam table. From steam table we know that Hg, enthalpy of saturated dry saturated steam, means enthalpy up to point C, is 2776.2 kilojoule per kg. Enthalpy up to point C is 2776.2 kilojoule per kg, and we are having value of H2 2885.92, which is obviously greater than Hg, means our steam becomes superheated after addition of 150 kJ per kg of heat. So after adding 150 kJ per kg of heat, the steam at point 1 will be superheated. Okay, so let's take up another example. Determine the value of dryness fraction of steam. We are given two conditions. First one, after losing 125 kJ from steam at constant pressure, and another case, second case, after expansion to 3 bar pressure in a turbine stage and work equivalent of 20 kJ per kg is done. Initial condition of steam is given as 3 bar pressure and dryness fraction, initial dryness fraction is 0.9. Okay, so in this example we are given a steam which is having initially 7 bar pressure and dryness fraction 0.9. Now dryness fraction 0.9 means we are given a wet steam. Okay, it will be between point B and point C in TH plot. Okay. So in first case, what we are doing, we are losing 125 kilojoule of heat from this condition. Okay, and for that we are required to find final dryness fraction. And second case, we are expanding this steam, means whatever steam we are having at 7 bar pressure, we are expanding this steam up to 3 bar pressure in turbine stage, and we are developing a work of 20 kJ per kg. Okay, so let's begin. First mention the given data. Initial pressure is given as 7 bar, means 7 into 10 raised to 2 kilonewton per meter square. Initial dryness fraction is given 0.9. First case is we are losing heat of 125 kilojoule. So we can say heat is rejected from the system, okay, which is equal to 125 kilojoule per kg, and we are required to find the dryness fraction for that case. In second case, we are given that the final pressure becomes 3 bar, so 3 into 10 raised to 2 kilonewton per meter square, and we are developing work of 20 kilojoule per kg. For that case, what will be the dryness fraction? Okay. So as regular steps, first locate the point on TH plot. Now pressure is 7 bar. Okay. As we are given dryness fraction is 0.9, so obviously our point will land between point B and C. List all the properties from steam table corresponding to 7 bar pressure. Okay, so HF means enthalpy of fluid. Means enthalpy up to point B is 697.1 kilojoule per kg. Saturation temperature for 7 bar pressure is 165 degrees Celsius. HFG, enthalpy of evaporation, means enthalpy between point B and point C is 2064.9 kilojoule per kg. And Hg, enthalpy of dry saturated steam, means enthalpy up to point C is 2762 kilojoule per kg. Specific volume of fluid, specific volume of saturated liquid is this much, and specific volume of gas, means specific volume of dry saturated steam, the steam at point C is 0.273 meter cube per kg. Saturation temperature is 165 degrees Celsius. Okay. So as we know, here steam is wet. So enthalpy of wet steam is given as HF plus XHFG at 7 bar. Okay, so just substitute the values of HF, X and HFG. Okay, we are finding the initial enthalpy, okay, at 7 bar pressure. Okay, so here we will use X1 initial, that is 0.9. So H1 comes out to be 2555.51 kilojoule per kg. Okay, so this much enthalpy H1 is initially system is having this much of enthalpy. Now we will take up the cases. So first case, after losing 125 kilojoule per kg from steam at constant pressure, what will be the dryness fraction? Okay. So from this much of enthalpy, we are losing 125 kilojoule per kg. Okay. So we are subtracting 125 kilojoule per kg from initial enthalpy. So our next means at point 2, our enthalpy will become 2430.51 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Whatever enthalpy we are having at point 1, we are subtracting 125 kilojoule per kg from that system. So our point will be here. H2 is 2430.51 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. And from steam table, we know that HF enthalpy up to point B is 697.1 kilojoule per kg. So from these values, we can identify that our second point, is point number 2, is not beyond point B. It is between point B and C. Okay. But we are, as we know that we are losing heat, it will be having somewhat less dryness fraction. Okay. Point 2 is also in wet region, okay, because it is greater than HF and less than H1. Okay. So it will be between H1 and HF. It is in wet region. So after losing heat, steam will remain wet but with lower dryness fraction. How we can say lower dryness fraction? Because we know that value of dryness fraction is 0 at point B, and value of dryness fraction keeps on increasing up to point C, and at point C we are having value of dryness fraction 1. Okay. As you know that point 1 is near to point C, and we are rejecting somewhat amount of heat. It means we are shifting our point towards point B. Okay. So in this direction, dryness fraction will decrease. So let's find out enthalpy of point 2. Okay. We already know the answer that enthalpy of point 2 is 2430.51, and now we want to find dryness fraction corresponding to point number 2. Okay. So we are using this equation, H2 is equal to HF plus X2 HFG. Okay. We know the value of H2, we know the value of HF from steam table according to regarding 7 bar pressure, and HFG at 7 bar pressure. So X2 comes out to be 0.839. Okay. Here you can see that initially our dryness fraction was 0.9, and now after losing heat our dryness fraction becomes 0.839. So that was the first case. Now let's take up second case, in which we are expanding this 7 bar pressure steam until its pressure becomes 3 bar, and we are developing 20 kilojoule per kg of work, okay, in steam turbine. Okay. So block diagram of steam turbine looks like this. Here will be input and output, and at this shaft we can collect the work. So initial condition of steam may be somewhat pressure and volume, and exit condition will be a different pressure and volume. Okay. At input stage we will be having higher pressure and volume. At output stage we can have a lower pressure, because we are using the energy. Okay. Some energy will be used here. Okay. So we will have a lower amount of energy at exit, and we will be developing a work. So work done in turbine is equal to P1 V1 minus P2 V2. Okay, you can consider the concept of energy over here. At input stage we will be having higher amount of energy, and that higher amount of energy will go in steam turbine, where it will be utilized in developing work. Okay, so somewhat amount of energy will be utilized in developing work, and remaining energy will exit. So at exit point obviously there will be lower amount of energy. So whatever amount of work developed is equal to input energy minus output energy. P1 V1 minus P2 V2 for 3 bar. Okay, so work done in turbine is P1 V1 minus P2 V2. At this point we are having the data of work done, that is given 20 kilojoule per kg. We know the initial pressure, that is 7 bar. We can find out the value of specific volume corresponding to point number 1 at 7 bar pressure, because we know the dryness fraction of point 1, that is given in the example. We know the pressure P2, that is 3 bar, and we can find out specific volume of point 2, means after expansion what will be the specific volume of steam. So first, specific volume of point 1 on TH plot is given as the specific volume of wet steam V1 is equal to x1 Vg plus 1 minus x1 Vf. Okay, x1 is given as 0.9, Vg and Vf we will use values corresponding to 7 bar pressure, okay, for point number 1. Okay, so V1 comes out to be 0.246. Just substitute the values in this equation. Okay, so from that we can find out specific volume is equal to 0.502. Keep one thing in mind, 20 kilojoule per kg is given. Okay, that is why we are using the pressure in kilonewton per meter square. If we are converting this 20 kilojoule into 20 into 10 raised to 3 joule, then you have to use the value of pressure in Newton per meter square. Okay. Now from steam table, at 3 bar pressure we are having value of Vg, means specific volume of dry saturated steam at this point is 0.606, and specific volume of saturated liquid at this point is 0.001074. And what we are getting, the specific volume of point number 2 is 0.502, which is in between this value. Okay, so now we know that our steam is in wet region after expansion. Okay, maybe at this point. So now we can use the equation of specific volume of point 2, okay, at 3 bar pressure. So specific volume of point 2, it is also in wet region, so xVg plus 1 minus x Vf at 3 bar pressure. Now use the value of Vg and Vf corresponding to 3 bar pressure from steam table. Okay, many students make mistake, they are using the value of Vg and Vf from at 7 bar pressure, but keep this thing in mind that after expansion our pressure becomes 3 bar. So use the value of Vg and Vf corresponding to 3 bar pressure. So in this equation only unknown left is x2. So, okay, so we can solve this equation and find the value of x2 is 0.836, means after expansion we are having dryness fraction 0.836.